Good morning. All right. Hello. Wait for more people to get logged on. I like all the waves. Hi, guys. I'm great. How are you? I'm so excited to teach this class this morning. We'll talk a little bit about it as people get more comfortable and more logged on. Just so I don't have to repeat it a million times. And this will also be saved so if people, can't take it or it's at a bad time, you can go back and look at it. So yeah, super excited to collab with MPG Sports. Super excited. I'm wearing one of their awesome sets, the Crave. I'm really, really liking it. Just mainly my favorite asset about it was the cool Max liner that has in it. I'm in New Orleans, so working outside, it's still hot. So when I work outside, it's nice to have the cooling effect in the workout. So that's really, really nice. I also love the color. Super comfy, super slim fitting. I also love, I'm super picky on if the leggings go too low and they start to wrinkle. I don't like that look, and they rest nicely on my ankle so it doesn't go past my ankle, which I really like. Super picky about that. So there's going to be no music this morning. So if you want to play music on your end to wake yourself up and get more involved, if you need that, go ahead. It's just easier for you to hear me if I don't play music. So I recommend that. Put your music on, make it low so you can hear me and get your workout on. This is going to be a 50-minute non-weight bearing exercises. So Pilates is non-weight bearing, which is great. You're going to need a mat, soft surface, and you will need 2-pound weights. I have these guys here. I don't recommend going over anything more than 2 pounds, guys. So really make sure if you have 5, just be mindful that those 5-pound weights, because it's a non-weight bearing exercise, that they can become very heavy. So try to keep light. 3 to 2. If you don't even have weights, you can use water bottles. Those work just as well. But yeah, we're going to use them today, and I'm going to give you a Power Pilates workout. So I'm Power Pilates certified. My name is Taylor. I'm also a professional ballerina. So incorporating Pilates into my life has been so important to me, and I love sharing that Pilates is for everyone and so beneficial for the body. I think that a Pilates class a week can change you. I recommend maybe even doing it 2 to 3 times a week, and you'll definitely start seeing a change in your body as well as a feeling in your body. So definitely hope y'all like it, and if you've never taken before, maybe you continue to take it from here on out. So if anyone has any questions, now's the time to ask before we get started. What is this? So this is going to be a 45-50 minute Pilates workout with weights. So that's what that is. And I pinned the comment so you can go ahead and take a peek at that. All right. Hello, good morning. Good morning. So a few people asked how many times a week I do this workout. Well, I teach a lot Pilates, but when I teach, I'm not usually doing the class completely 100% in person. I'll stop and correct and do here and there. But for myself, I try to take at least once a day. Pilates is so important for me, especially being a professional ballerina. I think it warms up my body 100%. I'm actually super excited. Yes, you can do it without weights. Don't worry if you don't have them. I'm super excited to do this because I have ballet class right after this. So this is going to warm me up for my day. But yeah, you don't have to do this with weights. And I want to just tell you that, yes, I do this every day. Really, really beneficial for your body. So we're going to get started. Okay. These exercises are good for ballet dancers. Yes, very good for ballet dancers. Pilates is toning and lengthening. So you're going to tone and lengthen your body without bulking or getting too much into the quads or It's non-weight bearing, so there's going to be no injuries. It's actually an injury prevention exercise. So I definitely stress to dancers and people that it's really, really good. So let's get started. Make sure you have your weights. If you have any questions, I will take the time afterwards to answer them. But let's get started on the workout. So if you don't have your weights, someone already asked, you don't have to use them. You're still going to get a great workout. So don't worry about it. Let's go ahead and make sure you have a soft surface. Very important because we are going to be rolling on the spine, so I don't want you to get any bruising on the back. So make sure you have that soft surface. You're going to go ahead and take your weights. If you don't have your weights, you can just go ahead and use your arms. Just make sure when you're using these weights that you're plugging your wing blades down, you're rolling your shoulders back, and your rib cage is nice and closed. We want to keep everything connected, powerhouse aligned, midline nice and centered, and let's get started. So you're going to go ahead and we're going to bring the elbows in towards your side, rolling your shoulders back. If you're familiar with reformer, this is usually done with the straps, but I love to incorporate some of those workouts on the mat with the weights. So let's warm our upper body up before we lay down. So you're going to go ahead and just serve the tray. So plug your shoulders down. You're going to lift your palms up in front of you to a high diagonal and then plug the elbows nice and tight into your side. And we're going to do that again. You're going to lift it up, elbows up, palms up, and then plug it into your side nice and long. And just continue. Call this serving the tray. And we lift. Good. And then keep it going. High diagonal. Make sure you don't get into the shoulders. Very important. When you start to get into the shoulders and the neck, maybe think about dropping your weights and just doing it without them, because there's no point in continuing on if you're using wrong placement. Very important. And extend, palms up, and draw it down. Wing blades are nice and tight, and then extend. And we're going to add a little bit of a variation, okay? So I'm just sitting crisscross applesauce. You can also extend your legs out in front of you if you'd like. It's up to you. I'll show both. And you're going to extend the arms out. You're going to tap your hands down to the mat. You're going to bring them right back up to that high diagonal, and then you're going to draw your elbows in nice and tight. Okay, we'll do that again. So you're going to go ahead and extend it forward. I see some questions, guys, so I will come back and answer them as soon as we're done with the workout, I promise. Draw your elbows right back in. We do that again. Extend the palms up. And we drop it down. No weight in the shoulders. All underneath the forearms. The wing blades are engaged. Pecs. Good. Extend. Just the tops of your hands drop to the floor. Bringing it up. Elbows wide. Elbows in. Not wide yet. And then we bring it forward. Drop it down. And bring it up and bring it in. Now we're going to do the same type of motion except for extending. You're only going to come halfway, and my arms are slightly bent. They're not straight all the way. We're just going to do circular motions. Now be mindful of those shoulders, especially I started teaching again in person with people, which I'm so blessed to be doing. And I start to see, the first thing I see when I teach this class is the shoulders start to really take over. So make sure the shoulders are down and just taking those nice, slow, and controlled circles. We'll go for 3 and 2 and 1. Let's reverse. And we go away. Make sure those shoulders don't come forward. Nice, slow, and controlled. For 3, for 2, for 1. And draw your elbows in. And let's go ahead and just shake it out. No tension. We're going to come back to more upper body just with the weights. But let's go ahead and lie down on the mat. Making sure you're centered. Top to bottom, side to side. Very, very important when working on the mat that we are nice and even. The mat is a ruler for our body. I love to say that. So you're nice and centered. You're going to have those weights in your hands. And we're going to begin our nice abdominal workout. But I want to maybe warm you up a little bit in the abdominals before we just throw you off the deep end and go into hundreds. So you're going to bring your weights above your head. My feet are nice and flexed. You can go ahead and place your hands behind the creases of your legs without the weights if you need help rolling up. If not, go ahead and do it like so with me. You're going to peel your chin to your chest, and you're going to melt and lift yourself up nice and strong, tucking and lifting through the upper head, and then go ahead and tuck your pelvis and roll yourself down, plugging your shoulders down, and we come right back to your center position. Make sure you don't go into an arched back. We have a nice neutral spine. So we have tucked, arch, and neutral. Neutral spine is crucial to Pilates. So that's closing the rib cage, hugging the midline, and keeping that lower back like you have a little grate underneath it, okay? We go again, chin to chest, inhale, and then as you exhale, reach forward and lift up to the top of your head, rolling those shoulders back, and plugging everything down as you roll the lower, middle, and upper back. The wing blades touch. Let's do that 2 more times. Peeling your chin to your chest, lifting and melting it up, nice and tall, growing to the top of your head, and we roll it down nice and slow and controlled. We'll go 1 more time. Peeling your chin to your chest, melting and lifting it up, growing to the top of your head. And we'll go ahead and melt it down for 3, for 2, for 1. Keep your arms where they are and just bring your legs into a tabletop position. Now again, we talked about that neutral spine briefly. So tucked is a big no-no. Arched is a big no-no. So we don't want to go ahead and tuck into the spine because then our legs are going to come too far in. Make sure your knees are directly over your hips. The toes are completely at a flat tabletop position. Drop your weights by your side. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Look into your belly button. We start slowly pumping the arms for the hundreds. We inhale for 2. You exhale for 2. And if this is too much on the neck, maybe think about dropping the weights and doing without the weights, or drop the head and continue the arm movements. Nice vigorous pumps, but they're nice and slow. And really think about plugging the belly down, scooping and hollowing out the abdominals. If you want more of a challenge, you can extend your legs to a 45-degree angle. Even more of a challenge, bring your legs 2 inches off the mat. That's up to you. I'm going to keep mine at a 45-degree angle because even with the weights, I don't want to get any tension in my neck. We've got 4 more sets. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 2 sets. Make sure you keep pumping. Good. Last set. The body should start to really be warming up. And drop your weights, hug your legs into your chest, rest your head. Now, a little bit of a tip. If you come back and take this again tomorrow or whatever, be mindful that when the neck starts to take over and you don't feel it in your abs anymore, then you should stop because it's no point continuing. Your abdominals have completely turned off and you're only working your neck. So don't work through things. There's no point in doing that because you're not working the proper muscles. And that just comes with time. Let's begin now with a full roll-up. So if you did the prep that we did earlier, you could continue with that or you can advance it on with me. So you're going to bring your arms above your head, plug your shoulders down. Feet are nice and long in front of you, feet together, flexed. You're going to peel your chin to your chest and you're going to curve the spine up. Think about reaching past your toes with the weights. Don't let them drop. And then contract the belly, reaching it to the back edge of your mat and rolling it down. Make sure your feet are glued together. Come right back up, peeling your chin to your chest, melting it forward. Good. And rolling it down nice and slow and controlled. Good. We'll come right back up, peeling your chin to your chest, and then make sure as you lie down on the mat, the biggest thing people love to do is to let that rib cage go and let that lower back go. So as you roll it down, make sure you don't let that release. You keep that neutral spine engaged. Last one, coming right back up, going past your toes, reaching and lengthening, and then we lower down for 3. Make sure the shoulders are rolled down 2, and for 1. Beautiful. Keep the weights. Sorry, I'm going to adjust for the camera. Keep the weights above your head. Modification, you can keep your left leg bent and extend your right leg for more of a challenge. Extend that left leg long in the mat. Make sure you don't move the weights. So that's kind of a telltale if you're going to see how strong that powerhouse is working. Because we don't want to move the weights. We don't want to circle them with the leg. Plug the shoulders down for single leg circle. You're going to circle the leg in towards the body. We go down around and come right back up. Make sure you're nice and engaged in that lower back and that lower tummy. Down around and 2. And down around and 3. Keeping those weights nice and still. Down around and 4. 1 more. Down around and 5. Let's reverse the leg. We go away from the body. Down around. Stop at your center. Trying not to move those weights. Shoulders are plugged down. Rib cage is closed. Neutral spine's engaged. Last one. Here's a fun little challenge. You're going to scissor switch without moving anything in the body. Try not to move anything. Then we circle the leg in towards the body. Down around and stop at your center. And down around and 2. Down around and 3. 2 more. Down around and 4. Last one. Down around. Let's reverse. Keeping the pelvis still away from the body. Down around. Stop at your center. Nice long leg. And if you have tight hamstrings, it's okay to have a slight bend in the leg. The goal is just strive to get it straight. Last one. Good. Hug your legs into your chest and let's do a little challenge. You're going to place the weights on the outsides of your shins. Heels together, toes apart for rolling like a ball. You're actually gonna rock yourself up to a sitting position and try not to put your feet down. All right, so we wanna go straight into rolling like a ball. Plug the shoulders down, look into your belly button, keep a nice ball position. You're gonna rock it back to the tips of the shoulder blades, come right back up and find your balance. Try not to straighten out through your back. Rock it back and rock it up, finding your balance, holding this position. We'll go 3 more times. Really just think about massaging out the spine. Rock it back and rock it up. Last one, rock it back and rock it up. Hold this position. And let's go straight into our abdominal series, guys. You're gonna bring those weights nice and long by your side. The right leg comes in, the left leg goes long, and you're gonna lower yourself down nice and slow. Keep your head off the mat. Let's flow it out. We've switched the legs for 1 and 2. So think about the breath for inhale, switch, exhale, switch, exhale, switch. This can also be done without the weights if it becomes too much. Switch and switch. Inhale, switch, exhale, switch, exhale, switch. We go 5 more for 5 and 5, 4 and 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Let's try to push through if you can. Bring both legs into your chest. You're going to send arms and legs out at a high diagonal and then plug those weights down, try to come even higher off your mat. It's called the abdominal series for a reason. And don't drop those legs so low that you lose your lower back. Extend the arms and legs out. Press them nice and long by your side. We extend the arms and legs out. Press it nice and long by your side. 2 more. Try and crunch up even higher as you bring those weights up. So try to crunch up even higher. Last one, extend the arms and legs out. Pressing it down. Let's go ahead and give our head a little bit of a break so no one is on any tension. Probably lots of different levels are taking. Let's lift it right back up so we don't have that too much of a break. You're gonna lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Bring both legs up to the ceiling. Right leg comes in, give a little pulse, and switch. Weights are 2 inches off the mat. Scissors, pulse, and switch. Pulse, and switch. You can flex the feet if you want that deeper hamstring stretch. It's up to you. Pulse. We've got 3 and 3, 2 and 2, 1 and 1. Bring both legs up to the ceiling. Go ahead and take one weight and put it behind your head. Lower the legs down for 3, 2, 1. Come right back up. Lower the legs down for 3, 2, 1. Come right back up. Let's go again. Lower the legs down for 3, 2, 1. Come right back up. 1 more. Lower down for 3, 2, 1. Come right back up. You're going to go ahead, bend right leg in, and we're going to twist to the right, and we're going to lace that weight through. And you're going to lace it through, figure 8ing the leg for crisscross to finish out your last set of your abdominal series. And we switch and switch. We've got 5, 4. Keep your pelvis still, high off that mat. 2, 1, and 1. Drop your weight to the side. Let your legs fall to the mat and bring your arms above your head. Take a nice big stretch. Let your rib cage open up. Let those abdominals take a little bit of a break. Just stretching out that front half. Good work. We're going to go ahead and take the hands behind the creases of our legs and rock up to a sitting position. You're going to bring the legs in front of you. You're going to open your legs a little wider than the mat for spine stretch forward. Grabbing your weights, you're going to bring them out in front. Now, before you do so, I want everyone just to think about plugging the shoulders down and lifting through the top of your head. Now, if you have tight hamstrings, I'd rather you take a slight bend of the legs while flexing the feet than trying to have straight legs and your back here with your posture, because this exercise is very important to articulate the spine. So think about really growing through the top of your sits bones. Grabbing those weights, plug those shoulders down, lift the weights above your body nice and long in front of you. Inhale to lift through the top of your head. Exhale to contract and reach forward. Reaching past the toes, taking that nice stretch. You're going to contract and lift up through the spine, growing through the top of your head, and we'll do that again. When you go ahead to keep going, you're going to inhale to lift, you're going to exhale, reach past your toes, and then continue the length of your back to the back edge of the mat, and then go ahead and stack your spine right back up, and we'll add those 4 breaths. You inhale to lift, you exhale to lower, contract over a big beach ball, then inhale down here, exhale, roll it right back up, plugging those shoulder blades down. Here you go again. Inhale, lift it up, exhale, lower down, reaching past your toes, rolling up, sitting through the top, tall points of your sits bones. Go ahead, place the weights to your side, lower your legs down, and we're gonna lower down onto the mat nice and slowly. Good. Let's go ahead and go to corkscrew. We're not gonna need our weights for this, so you're gonna go ahead and actually just place your hands along by your side. Give your upper body a little bit of a break. Bring your legs straight up to the ceiling. I'm gonna give you two options for corkscrew, intermediate and advanced. You're gonna circle your legs to the right. We go down and around, and we come right back up, circling around that powerhouse. Then we're gonna circle to the left, down, around, and come right back up. Let's go one more time like that, then I'll tell you the other option, which I thoroughly enjoy because it really works your lower abdominals, but as well as stretches out your back. Down, around, and up. This next one, I'm gonna circle my legs to the right. I'm gonna go down, around, and I'm gonna hike my hips up, parallel to the floor, and then I'm gonna circle my legs to the left edge of my mat. Down, around, come right back up. Then I'm gonna lower my tailbone down, circle to the right, down, around, come right back up. Circle to the left, down, around, come right back up. One more time each side, really stretching out the lower back and the hamstrings, and everything's just getting that nice rotation. Last one. And go ahead and lower down nice and slowly. Hug your legs into your chest. Rock yourself from side to side, releasing any tension in that lower back. Good, so I'm throwing a lot of modifications in there, so in case you want options, there's always gonna be them, okay? Let's go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Rock yourself up to a sitting position, and you're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna face you, because I hit the wall, but you can go ahead and continue facing the front edge of your mat if you want to. Grab your weights for saw. Now the biggest thing I want you to think about is your legs are a little wider than your mat, so don't go into a full second position, and then you're gonna go ahead and grab your weights, and bring them a little bit in front of you. I do this for the setup for saw because lots of people like to bring their weights completely by their side and they can't see their arms, and it's a little vulnerable of a position for your upper body. You should be able to see your hands at your peripheral vision. So lift your weights up in front of you slightly. We're gonna take a nice twist. You're gonna twist up and over, sitting tall in the sits bones. You're gonna think of your opposite weight to your opposite pinky toe, and then you're gonna sit up nice and tall, plug those shoulders down, find your center position. And we twist, contract it forward, opposite pinky toe to opposite pinky finger, sit up, find your center. And we twist, and we reach. Really think about that opposite sits bone stays flat on the mat. So when you twist, continue the movement, reach it forward, don't lift up that opposite sits bone. Sit up nice and tall, then find your center position. Okay, so we inhale, twist, exhale, reach forward. Inhale, sit up, find your center. We'll go one more time. We inhale, twist, exhale, down, inhale, sit up, and then find your center, drop your weights, roll your shoulders out, no tension in that neck, releasing anything that might be bothering you. Let's go ahead and flip over to our stomach. So we're gonna get some extension work in with those weights. So you're gonna flip over to your belly, and the weights are gonna be in front of you. Good. So I want you to think about when we do this exercise that the abdominals are really taking a lot of the work. So pushing through your powerhouse to protect the lower back is so important. So feet are nice and glued together, scooping through your belly button, bring those weights underneath your shoulders, and your forehead should be rested on the mat. I'm not going to do that because you won't be able to hear me, but put your forehead on the mat and just listen to my voice. Inhale, scoop through your belly. You're going to exhale. Lift the arms, lift the weights by your side, nice and long, and don't break the neck. Keep the line of the spine by looking down at the floor. And make sure you have a little ant crawling underneath your belly. You don't want to press your abdominals out. You want to keep them scooped and then lower down with control. So we don't want to push our stomach into the mat. We want to think about scooping and lifting. So inhale, scoop the belly. Exhale, bring the weights by your shoulder blades. Lift up through the upper body. I like to think head, hands, heart, the 3 H's, and then lower down with control. We'll go 2 more times. Inhale, scoop the belly. Exhale, lifting through the top of your head, lengthening out the spine, squeezing the glutes, and then lower down with control. 1 more time, scoop through your belly, and then lift up through the upper body, nice and long. And we're gonna lower down with control, beautiful. We're gonna add on to that. So you're familiar with reformer. This is usually done with pull straps, long box series. but we're gonna do it with the weight. So you're gonna scoop out your belly. You're gonna inhale, lift up the upper body like we just did. You're gonna go ahead and extend and bring those arms back. Let's go ahead and face the palms up today. You're gonna draw the elbows in, bring the weights underneath your shoulders, then lower down with control. We'll do that a few more times. Scoop through your belly, inhale, lift up through the upper body. Bring the weights nice and long by your side, palms facing up, working the back of the arms. Bring them in towards your side, lower down with control. We'll go 2 more times. Scooping and hollowing out the abdominals, lifting your upper body off the mat, bringing those weights nice and long by your side. We're gonna bring them right back in, lowering down. 1 more time, hollowing out the tummy, lifting up your upper body, bringing those weights nice and long. Now keep the palms facing up. Let's pulse it. Pulse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold, hold, hold. Bring those elbows in, drop the weights in front of you, and go back into a child's pose position to just stretch out the front of the body. So take a nice slow stretch really quickly in that child's pose. Take a big deep breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And let's go ahead and flip over to our bottoms. Still finishing out that burn, let's go ahead and sit crisscross. And we're gonna do hug a tree and shave a neck. Really weird names, but that's what we're gonna do. So I wanna start with hugging a tree. So I'm sitting nice and tall, just crisscross, and I'm gonna bring my arms to my side. Again, peripheral vision. Please don't bring those arms so far back that that rib cage opens up and you flare up everything. You wanna keep everything nice and closed. I'm gonna bring my arms up into a second position. I'm gonna go ahead and hug that tree, press the weights in towards each other, and then lift it out, roll my shoulder blades down. Hugging that tree nice and lifted with the elbows. And if your elbows are dropping, maybe think about lowering your arms and keep your elbows lifted rather than keeping them up and the elbows are dropping, right? We wanna keep everything nice and aligned. And we open, hugging it in, and open. 2 more, hugging it in, and open. Last one, hug it in, and open. You're gonna bend the arms in. Now this time they're gonna come behind the base of your neck. Now my weights are not glued together, they're slightly separated, and I'm gonna take a slight hinge of the waist so I have a nice protected lower back. They're nice and underneath my lower skull, so it's not pressing into the back of my head, but it's there. And you're gonna press the weights out in front of you to a high diagonal, and then bring them right back in, elbows wide. We press them out and bring it in. Slight hinge of the waist, rib cage is closed, protecting that lower back, abdominals in. Press it out and in. Good, last 2. And in, last 1. Keep them bent in. Now go ahead and pulse the hands up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your weights. Ooh. Go ahead and roll those shoulders back. No tension. Let's go ahead and lie down. So make sure you have those weights by your side. And we're gonna go into a little bridge work really quickly before we get into that side series. So let's just articulate the spine. You don't need the weights. We're just gonna work into that lower back and into that glutes a little bit. Thinking about tucking your pelvis, make sure you don't imprint your heels into the mat so much that the glutes take over. You wanna think about shifting your tailbone and your pelvis with your abdominal muscles, not through your heels. Okay, so very important. Tucking that belly, tucking the pelvis, lift your lower, middle, and upper back off the mat. Energy shooting over the top of your legs, over the toes. And you're gonna roll yourself down nice and slow and controlled. Make sure you have space between your chin and your chest and there's no tension in your throat. Good, let's go again. We tuck the pelvis and lift it up. Make sure everything's nice and relaxed under here, really thinking about those hamstrings engaged. And then lower yourself down and make sure your knees don't flare out. They stay directly over your toes. Good, we'll go 2 more times like that, tucking the pelvis, bridge prepping it up. Lengthening through the top of your legs, space on your chest, lower yourself down, nice and slow and controlled. And we'll go 1 more time, tucking your pelvis, lifting through that upper body. And we're gonna go ahead and shift the hips. So you want you to think about now just shifting your right hip, dropping it to the mat, and then come right back up. Shifting and dropping your left hip. We come right back up. 1 more time each side, drop your right hip, come right back up. We drop the left hip And let's finish with some pulses up. We pulse the hips up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Articulate the upper, middle, and lower back onto the mat. Just take a minute, nice and rested. Make sure that neutral spine is still working. And let's flip over for our side series. You will need one weight for your side series. You're gonna bring it in front of you. Make sure when we're doing this work that you're lining yourself up with the back edge of the mat and then your feet are going to the front edge. So upper body to the back edge, lower half to the front edge. That means we're kind of in a lazy L if you don't have a mat and you don't have anything to kind of judge it by. This is important because we want to keep our hips nice and stacked. We don't want to fall back into the hips. We don't want them to rock forward. We want to be nice and symmetrical with the body. So sit up nice and tall. You have a little bit of a space underneath your shoulder and a little mouse house underneath your rib cage. Nice and closed and supported. We're going to grab that weight. This might become a little too much. That 2-pound weight can slowly start to feel like 10. So if you need to drop it, go ahead and do so. Bringing it in front of you, you're gonna lift that weight up nice and in front, plugging that shoulder blade down. You're gonna lift that top leg up. We're gonna pulse it to the front 1, pulse a little deeper 2, and then elongate it to the back. You kick front 1, kick front 2. The abdominals pull in even tighter as it goes to the front. Kicking 1, kicking 2, and then elongate. We'll go 2 more. Kicking 1, kicking 2, and elongate. Last set, 1, 2, and to the front. Bring your weight in front of you and let's pulse the arm and leg together for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that weight up and over, you're gonna think of hovering it over that top leg and it's gonna feel like a puppet. So your arm's the handle and then your leg's attached to the string. You're gonna go ahead and lift that arm and leg up together and then you're gonna resist, press it down. Lifting it up and pressing it down. Good, we'll go a few more times. We lift it up and press it down. Be mindful of the hips. We're not shifting too far back. And down. We'll go 2 more. Lift it up and down. Last set. Lift it up. And let's go ahead and pulse it. Pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Lower that leg down. Drop that weight in front of you. We're not done with this side, so go ahead and bring your left hand on the mat and bring your legs into a nice bent position, almost like you were gonna do clamshell. I love this push-up series mainly because lots of people don't realize how complicated it is until they try. So it's a little on the challenging side, but you wanna think about not going forward with the body. You wanna think about coming up and over like a rainbow and think about working that oblique muscle and only using your left hand to push up. Don't push on that right elbow. Pressing that hand firmly into the mat. You're gonna lift your upper body off the mat, keep your legs glued to the ground, and then lower yourself down with control. We'll go 3 more times. We lift it up and over. Don't let that head go forward, it's the heaviest part of the body, and then lower down with control. 2 more. We lift it up and lower down. Last one, lifting it up and lowering down. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take a nice twist. Bring your right arm through. Bring your left arm around and open to that chest. Take a nice little stretch. Opening through the throat, the chest, the pec. And come right back up. And let's go to our other side. Swing your legs around. Go ahead and grab your weight, bringing it in front of you. Hope everyone's doing good. You're gonna line yourself up with the back edge of the mat and then bring your feet to the front edge, okay? So just make sure you're still in that setup. Grab that weight, bring it in front, plug your shoulder down. So what I mean by plug your shoulder down is we wanna keep that wing blade engaged, keep everything nice and aligned instead of letting that shoulder come forward, because then that's a very vulnerable position for the neck. Lifting your top leg up, lift your weight up. You're gonna pulse it to the front 1, pulse a little deeper 2, and then elongate that leg to the back. We kick front 1, kick front 2. Try not to move your weight, try to keep it still. And pulse 1 and 2, and bring it to the back. Go again, we kick 1 and 2, and bring it to the back. And 2 more, 1 and 2, and bring it to the back. Last one, kick 1 and 2, and bring it to the back. Bring the leg in front of your hip and pulse both arm and leg up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that arm up and over, hovering 2 inches off that leg. And here we go. We lift that leg up, flexing the foot and resisting gravity as you go down. Resisting that upper body as well. Lifting up. Squeezing that wing blade, squeezing that arm. Lifting up. Resisting down. 2 more. We lifted up and resisted down. Last one. Keep it up. Let's pulse again for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, lengthen, lift, and resist. Drop that weight in front, drop that hand to the mat, and bend both legs into that tabletop position. Again, lots of people like to push into that left arm instead of pushing it into that front hand. So make sure you don't push to lift, right? You want to think about our obliques working and working that one hand. Inhale and exhale, push yourself up. One side will always be harder than the other. That's normal. Just try and push it through. Even if it's only 2 inches off the mat, that's fine. Come right back up and lower down. 2 more. Pressing that hand firmly into the mat and lower down. Last one. Come right back up, lowering down, and take a nice rewarding twist and open, stretching it out. Opening through the chest, opening through the back. Good. We're doing fabulous on time, guys. So let's go ahead and flip over. You're going to grab your weights and bring them in front of you. And we're going to go ahead and go into our teaser. So I recommend for teaser to really be mindful if you're more on the beginner side and you've never taken a Pilates class to maybe nix the weights. Just because teaser can be hard in general. So that's up to you. Just giving you a little bit of a knowledgeable point that maybe you might not want to use these. We're going to do 3 sets of 3, each one getting progressively more challenging. So if you want to stick with teaser 1, go ahead and do that through all 3 sets you can, or progress with me. It's up to you. So roll yourself down into the mat. If you would like to use your weights, you're going to place them slightly behind the base of your legs. They're not like behind. Go ahead and melt yourself up and find a nice length through your upper body, balancing on your tailbone, chest is wide, and then lower yourself down nice and slow and controlled. Bringing the legs to tabletop position. Peel your chin to your chest, you come right back up. Find the length, opening through the chest, lower yourself down, nice and slow, lower, middle, and upper back. Make sure you try and roll evenly on the spine. We come right back up again. Find your balance, hold, opening through your chest, no tension in that neck. Lower yourself down nice and slow and controlled. Now we're going to go ahead for teaser 2 is extend those weights by your side. So again, you don't get the little assistance behind the legs. You're going to lift your head, neck, and shoulders up, and you're going to go ahead and extend the arms in front, nice and long, and lower yourself down. 3 and 2 and 1. Keeping those legs at tabletop, come right back up. Find your balance, find your length. We lower down for 3, for 2, for 1, balancing on that tailbone. Last one, crunch your abdominals up, lift through your upper body, chest is wide. Lower yourself down for 3, for 2, for 1. Drop your weights, just give yourself a little bit of a break. Because the next one, we're going to go ahead and extend the arms out and the legs out, and then the arms are going to come above the head. So if you want to stick with teaser 2 with the weights, that's fine. It's up to you. Here we go. So you're going to bring your legs back to that tabletop position. Bring your hands along by your side. You lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Extend the arms and legs out. And then we lower down for 3, for 2. Come right back in. And 2 more. You come right back up, opening through that chest, nice and wide. Lower yourself down for 3, for 2, for 1. Last set, guys. Here we go. We lift it right back up, opening through your chest, opening nice and wide. Lower down for 3, for 2, for 1. Drop the weights, hug your legs into your chest. Beautiful. All right, guys. Let's rock up to a sitting position. Let's finish this out with a few back strengthening exercises of the back of the legs with the weights, and then we'll finish out with some front support and push-ups, and y'all will be done and ready for your Friday. So you're gonna go ahead and take your weight, only 1. Mine's a little challenging because they're balls, but if you have like the normal hand weights, this might be a little easier. But you're gonna place it behind one of your legs. I'm gonna be on all 4s, and you just worked about 30 minutes on your neutral spine. So you wanna make sure we're not arching, you're not tucking. The neutral spine, the tailbone's aligned, the head's aligned with the spine. Don't drop your head because the head's the heaviest part of the body. You just make your alignment harder for yourself. You're gonna go ahead and flex that foot and really squeeze that weight. You're gonna lift your leg up to the ceiling. Think about stomping it, knees directly in line with the mat. You're gonna go ahead and crunch it in, look into your belly button, and then stomp that leg out, but don't arch your back, keep it supported. And you go ahead and crunch it in, squeezing that weight, working that hamstring, and flex it up. Keep the leg parallel to the floor. We bring it in nice and tight, and flex it up. 2 more, bringing it in, and flexing it up. Good, last one, bringing it in, and flexing it up, and let's pulse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the leg. Go ahead and place that weight now to the other side. Keeping it going. I really take a nice squeeze of that weight. I try not to let it just balance, because the deeper the squeeze, the more engagement of the hamstring. So really make sure you're giving that weight a nice squeeze. Let's go ahead and bring that leg parallel to the floor. Foot is up, stomping that ceiling. You're gonna push it in, and then flex it up, stomping the ceiling. And then nice crunch of the abdominals, look into your belly button, and then flex it up. Good, we'll go 3 more. You crunch it and feel that hamstring nice and engaged, and flexing it up. 2 more, coming right back in, crunching through the lower abs, and up, stomping that ceiling. Last one, coming right back in, nice and together. Bring that leg up to the ceiling, and we pulse it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your weight. Beautiful. You are done with your weights. Now we're going to use our go-to weight, and that's our upper body. That's our body weight. So we're going to go ahead and now find all fours and make sure you're not sinking into that lower back. You're nice and supported through that neutral stomach. And you're going to bring your right leg back, and you're going to bring your left leg back. My legs are glued together. We're in our plank position. I want you to go ahead and lift your right leg, hovering 2 inches off the mat for front support. You're going to shift your weight forward, and then you're going to shift your weight back. We'll do that 3 more times. Shift it forward and shift it back. 2 more. Shift it forward and shift it back. Last one. Shift it forward and shift it back. Drop the right leg, bring the left leg up. Here we go. We shift it forward and shift it back. Keep going. Shift it forward and shift it back. 2 more. Just shifting your weight over those wrists. Last one. Good. And we're going to go ahead and hold this by dropping to your forearms, making sure you have a nice goal post position, and hold it for 30 seconds. Everyone take a nice squeeze. Squeeze of your glutes. Lots of people like to not squeeze their butts. And if you squeeze the glutes, it's going to help, and then keep the head aligned with the spine. Breathing, holding. We're burning out those forearms. And we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping to your knees. Go ahead and reach your arms forward and take a nice stretch in child's pose. Your legs can be wide. To take that nice deep stretch, reach your arms to the front edge of your mat. Take a big deep breath. Good. And let's just finish out with a nice mermaid stretch. So go ahead and lie down on your right side of your bottom. And let's finish this class out with a nice rewarding stretch. So our mermaid stretch, you're going to go ahead and sit on your right side. My left hand is grabbing my left ankle. Bring your right arm above your ear. You're going to take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, reach up and over and take a nice stretch. Leaning into the side muscle. Make sure you don't let that chest fall forward. You keep it nice and open, and then come right back up. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower, reaching past the arm, past the body. Coming right back up. One more time. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. And we come right back up, and let's go ahead and go to the other side. You're going to switch your legs over, swinging them. Make sure your feet are nice and tight into your bottom. Placing your right arm into your right ankle, left arm by your ear, shoulder plug down, nice and tall. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Make sure you're opening up through that side muscle. Opening up through that arm. Take that nice stretch. Coming right back up. I like to push into my right hand to counter stretch it. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. And coming right back up. One more time, guys. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. And coming right back up. And I hope you feel at least one vertebrae taller and you got a nice upper body workout with those weights. And it was so fun teaching y'all today. We're gonna go ahead and save this workout, so if you wanna come back and take it, great to get that upper body nice and toned. So thank you so much, guys, for coming and taking with me. I had so much fun. I hope you enjoyed the workout. I saw a few questions. I'm gonna take this time to answer really quickly. Are you gonna repeat these exercises other days or make other direct? I don't know. I have had so much fun collaborating with MPG Sports, so stay tuned. How are you? I'm fabulous. I'm happy it's Friday, so that's good. Good morning. If anyone has any questions, now please go ahead and ask. Y'all are very welcome. So happy y'all enjoyed the class. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and save it. Where do I find more of your workouts? So head over to my account, Tay Tay Ballet, and you will go ahead and see I have so many more videos. I also have a few lying around there, but just find the Tay Tay Ballet hashtag and you should be able to find lots of my workout videos that I took the time to do during quarantine to help out anybody who wanted to stay in shape. So take a look at that, Tay Tay Ballet, and I appreciate everyone who tuned in and took this class, so I hope y'all liked it. And thank you so much, MPG Sports, for having me. Absolutely love your sportswear. Just such a wonderful collaboration of beauty, design, and comfort, which is so important to me, especially when I live in workout clothes and I live in tight-fitting things, especially leotards with dance. So I am very picky, and I really, really, really love how their sportwear feels. So take a look at that, and thank y'all so much. Happy Friday, guys.